So with it, it's Brother Schuster Beck in here. I've been speaking on the last few weeks on things that's been going on, and when everybody looks one way, you have to look the other way. So let's get right to it. And listen to what Donald Trump is
Each
saying.
of us here today has a role to play in bringing our country together, united in common purpose and in common values. So let's talk today about some of the things, and these are great things, that we can do together to create the American future for everybody, not just a certain group of people, but for everybody. The first thing we have to do is give our churches their voice back. It's been taken away. The Johnson Amendment has blocked our pastors and ministers and others from speaking their minds from their own pulpits. If they want to talk about Christianity, if they want to preach, if they want to talk about politics, they're unable to do so. If they want to do it, they take a tremendous risk that they lose their tax-exempt status. All religious leaders should be able to freely express their thoughts and feelings on religion.
Okay, we're going to stop right there. Today we had a massive shooting in Texas at a church. Very, very sad. This is where people go to worship and pray and be in safety. Now, what I'm breaking down to you real quick, I'm trying to do this real quick. The 510c3 bill is a tax exemption bill which applies for churches and preachers, which has them tax exempt. So what that means is that the separation between church and state does not exist. If you belong to a church that is a part of the 501c03, that means that they're tax exempt, so that they cannot say things about politics. They're sworn to not speak about certain things. Now he's saying he wants to drop that bill so these preachers and priests and whatever religion can speak on what they want to speak to their congregation. Now this is the same president who doesn't want athletes to kneel for the flag. This is the same president that had Jamil from ESPN suspended. This is the same president that doesn't want freedom of speech in so many ways. When you get to the root of this here, this man doesn't want anyone to speak their mind, especially when it comes speaking your mind against him and his ideology. Okay? So what I'm saying is that if he gets rid of this bill, this tax exemption bill, what churches are this going to affect more? These are going to affect a lot of churches. And regardless to the fact of the tax exemption or the non-tax exemption, the preacher should be allowed to say what he feels at heart that he needs his congregation needs to hear, to uplift. Same as the imam, same as the Buddhist, same as the Kemet. Okay? So we have to understand what's going on here. When we start to look in one way, let's start to look the other way. Because with this bill being dropped and these shootings going on in these churches, and what you having right now in the media is that, well, Donald Trump is regulating the media, and now he's saying that he's going to allow a preacher to say what they want to say. It doesn't add up, folks. It just doesn't add up. So these are some questions I'm presenting to the people and to preachers out there right now that are under this 501c3 bill. Look into that. Make sure that if your church is exempt or non-exempt from this bill. The reason I know these things is because I take courses in theology. Okay? Even though, we laid back and we cool and we're going to do it. But at the same time, it's a time to be serious. And this is one of those times to be serious. So we have to think about this bill, what is being passed, what is being taken away. Okay? This has to do with every citizen that walks across this soil called the United States. Nobody's getting into no religious debates. Nobody's getting into none of that. We're talking about tax exemption, and where you go to worship it. And we're talking about the church shooting today. Because when you say that you're going to drop this bill and the preacher can say anything he wants to say, you look at these shootings going on inside these churches, then the next thing he's going to be saying was, we're going to pass a bill to where you can only talk about this in church. You follow me? Okay. So preachers out there, you need to get together and see actually what tax code your church falls under. Follow and look up and see if your church is under the 501c3 bill. Make sure that you have a board of trustees. Make sure of this. This is going to help you. It's going to help your congregation. It'll help everything grow. And it's not about what this person believes in or that person believes in. This is about the citizens, the community. You just heard the speech. We know about the shooting what's going on today. We know how the president, Donald Trump, has been controlling the media. So if he's been controlling the media, why wouldn't he not want to control that church? Is that the reason why he's want to pass this bill that Lyndon B. Johnson had passed? And don't forget, who was working with Lyndon B. Johnson? Hillary Clinton. Who was his rival? Hillary Clinton. She was a Goldwater girl. But that's for another time and another topic. These are questions I'm presenting to you. And maybe you might want to go talk to your preacher about this to make sure that your congregation is not affected. Because your house of worship should be the place where you should be at peace at all times. And it doesn't matter what religion you follow, you should be at peace when you're in that divine moment. And that's from Brother Schusterbeck from 2DExtreme. These are just questions we want to put out there to the people, get the people to thinking. Because right now, everybody's looking one way. Let's start looking the other way. We were talking about November the 4th. Now, we didn't see 3 bills that have been passed. You know, we have the income tax bill that's just been passed, the Obama repeal, and now we have the 501c3 bill, which is going through the churches. Okay? So we're going to wrap it up with that. These are questions and research for you to get out there and do. You can talk to your pastor about this, see what your church is under, just to make sure. Because if that is the situation, then your church is under a guideline where your preacher actually can't speak about Donald Trump. He can't speak about certain things. Okay? So it's just information for you to get out there, stuff for you to think about, get with your people, everybody talk about it, you research it, y'all come together, come to a conclusion. It's peace and love. That's from 2DExtreme. Brother Schusterbeck, Joe Lear in here, and I'll get back with you. This is another one. And you hit like and subscribe. Schusterbeck 2DExtreme, live on Saturdays, sports on Sundays. Peace.